Welcome in, everyone. This is World News Tarot, and my name is Ruth. Today we're going to be looking at Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Now, I do not quite have an exact, I do have a vision that I saw. Something very fascinating when I was sitting in meditation and I had my little prophecy stone. This little prophecy stone actually is from Egypt. Is a type of stone that is actually was melted into this configuration, and only certain amount of stones have this, and it's from like the desert, I believe, in Egypt. Anyway, I was sitting in meditation in my pyramid. Yes, my Russian pyramid with the geometric shapes. I was sitting in the pyramid with my prophecy stone, and I saw an amazing vision. But I asked my spiritual team which one wanted to come and speak to me and be with me here. And I got the message they were all with me, but there were some very specific messages sent to me from my spirit guide saying, we're not the one to give you this message. I feel like it's connected to my higher self, possibly even some sort of what I'm trying to say here is that there is no specific angel that would attach to giving me a message concerning Microsoft and CrowdStrike. And so maybe that there is an ascended master or another angel that is not in my vision that I was calling upon that wishes. So I have here my newest deck, and this is the deck of the Ascended Masters. I've only chosen the Ascended Masters that I'm familiar with, or I have research on, or have actually connected to, because I don't desire to connect to any archetype that I'm not familiar with. I also have here the Archangel deck. So let's go ahead and connect to Spirit again, now that I've laid the foundation of how we're going to do this intuitive reading. I request to connect to truth and light only as it's for our best and highest good, in the name of the great I am that I am. Now let's ask if there's an ascended master or an angel who wishes to carry the energy for us of this message for Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Okay, so I do see, okay, there we go. This one popped out right here. Oh, wow. Saint Germain. Saint Germain, work your magic, it says. But Saint Germain is definitely carrying an energy that is working with the Microsoft, is at least watching the whole thing that went on with Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Is there anyone else? Thank you. El Moria. El Moria's King Arthur in the past. Saint Germain was the Merlin. So these two are definitely working together. El Moria is was King Arthur, as well as the prophet Abraham in the Bible. Those are his history of lives as he ascended. So definitely the energy of these two men that are working for the ascension of humanity. Are there any angels? Now, I did get the presence of the angel Raguel. The angel of Raguel is the energy of the Justice in Tarot card. And he's an angel of Libra energy, which is fair, balance. So I have several cards here, but we're going to see who. We have Raziel, not Raguel. I was talking about Raguel, but this is Raziel. This is the 9 card in the Hermit. And then we also have Chamuel, which is the Tower card. Archangel Chamuel. And we have one more here, and we have Jophiel. This is the feminine energy. Okay, definitely angels from my spirit team, but I had not called upon them. So definitely angels of higher wisdom. Raziel is the energy of the rainbow, the energy of all the colors in the universe. Raziel carries ancient knowledge, hidden secrets, hidden knowledge. And by hidden, I mean that's what's been kept pure through the ages. Chamuel is the energy of change, changing of cycles, clearing out negative energy, the Tower card. And then we have the Star card, which in original tarot is, this is Archangel Jophiel. In original tarot, it is high technologies. All right, so we definitely have some good energy here that we're connecting to. I'm going to lay these out here. Now I want to share with you the vision that I saw. I was sitting in meditation and I asked the question, what do you want to show me about CrowdStrike in Microsoft? And these are systems that contain a lot of the internet systems, the cyber systems of our entire world. CrowdStrike and Microsoft. Now, I had heard that they are two separate things that went down in the same day. They were not related. We can check on that. However, I asked the question, what do you want to show me about CrowdStrike and Microsoft? And I heard like a clap of thunders. Boom. I heard a clap of thunder, but it was more like it wasn't a rolling thunder. It was a boom, a big, big clap. I saw something that looked like angels on horses, but it was fleeing spirits. That's the first word that I got. I got fleeing spirits, and they were coming from like a dark portal or a dark plate. It was a dark, actually like a black hole. Not really, but it was like a black hole, and they were coming out and they were coming toward me, but then they were going in front of me as well. So they were like coming toward me and then going in front of me. And they were like coming out of a portal. I felt like it was some sort of energetic release. They almost looked like cherubims on flying horses, but the energy of the cherubim was more of a soldier, but the energy of the horse was more of a pure spirit. They had banners, so they didn't have swords. They had banners, poles with banners. There were two types of banners. One of them was the single triangular one with one tail, and then there was the two tails. And there was different banners. Well, those two banners were just going by, and there was no system. They each had kind of different banners. It felt like they were heralding something, like announcing. It came with the energy of as if they were freed from something, but then announcing something. I heard another or two more claps of thunder, like massive hands just boom, clapping together energetically. I heard the words, "It is done." And the overall energy I got from the vision was the release from a portal or from energetic captivity. Wow. Okay. And that's all that I got. So when I asked about what's happening with CrowdStrike in Microsoft, that's what I saw. So what does this vision mean, Spirit? I'm trying to think here what card deck. No, let me see. I think I'm going to use this one. No, that's not right. I have to go with the right deck for me. What? This one? The green one here, the good tarot deck. Yeah, this has this very strange energy to it. It's almost like my cards are not used to pulling on this kind of energy, which also could be the reason why my spirit guides didn't show up and say, I'm the one to carry this energy for you. It's definitely the energy, I'm feeling definitely the energy of an ascended master such as Saint Germain. I'm getting like a higher realm, like above the archangels, like the architects of the universe. I'm hearing like maybe the Elohim. By the Elohim I mean the hierarchy above the archangels, the good ones, like the higher, almost like the spirits of God, the seven rays. I'm hearing the word Astrea. Okay, we are getting an advanced technology here. This is the star card, and we also have Jophiel. So I believe that there is an energy coming through, possibly Astrea, which would be with El Morai as well, the blue ray of truth and justice and communication, and Archangel Jophiel might work with Astrea. But anyway, it's an energy of balance, of alchemy, and of the star. We have both major arcana cards right here, so it's definitely a higher volume of energy that we on the earth realm are not used to. Something has struck the earth and it affected Microsoft in some way. Let's get further clarity, please. This energy is powerful. It's like an architect energy. If it was simpler in its more earthy form, I would see it as fairies. But this is like the elevated god essence of the fairies. Okay, so we have several cards that just flipped out. We have Six of Water. This is definitely a past energy here that has been coming to the past. Okay, and now we're getting the Five of Earth. The Five of Earth is the card of lack, the card of control, the card of trouble, the card of not so much energetic, but physical lack. So this energy coming through wanted to deal with some of the physical lack that has been going on, and I hear the words for thousands of years. I'm channeling this right now, y'all. So if I go a little bit slower, please bear with me. My heart space is like very, very wide. I actually combined this prophecy stone with this little crystal, and the energy is out of here. My heart is just like so full, and I'm actually actively feeling like I'm hearing my ears. It's like I'm hearing messages. So this might be a little bit different of a card pull than what we're used to, because the energy is so strong. Or maybe it's just the crystals. Anyway, this is definitely a high grade energy, such as the Elohim that works with the blue ray of God, the blue ray of Creator. And the blue ray of Creator is truth, it's justice, it's communication, it's also divine will and divine alignment. We have El Moria here, which is King Arthur, which could pull the sword out of the stone, which represents ascension. It represents truth. It represents the highest form of authenticity. So there's something that happened on the earth, got a major upset. And it's because something has been established over the earth for thousands of years. I'm hearing the words thousands of years. I'm hearing the words communication of humanity. The communication of humanity has been hijacked. I'm seeing the Tower of Babel. And for those of you that are familiar with the Tower of Babel is when people on the earth were energetically attaching themselves and accessing heaven and higher realms. But I believe that for some reason their consciousness could not handle that kind of higher realm. The Bible calls it, metaphorically, they were building a tower to heaven. But as we know, we send rockets. There's no way you can build a tower that high that, send rockets. Where is heaven anyway? They were actually trying to access portals into the higher dimensions. And I believe that maybe the consciousness of humanity was not ready. The Bible verse scripture says that God, whether it was one of the Elohim or any kind of spiritual being, but it says God saw that the people were building this portal, saw that they were not ready, came down and confused their languages so that they could not talk to one another anymore. So this tells me that there was telepathic communication. The primary mode in this earlier civilization was probably telepathic. And so then it blocked the telepathy. It blocked the telepathy between one another so that they couldn't talk to one another. So mind to mind. Hey, they didn't have to speak with their words. They could say, okay, we're going to need 5,000 bricks delivered here. We're going to need, stones cut here. And we're going to need to build stairs on this end. And they just were all interconnected in their minds and knew what to do. And they could set intentions and everybody fulfilled that intention. So I believe that this could very well, we do have the Tower card here with Archangel Chamuel. He might have been involved in maybe confusing the language and blocking some of that telepathy. It could have been a false god as well. But there was some higher being that said no and put a stop and put a limitation. And this has been going on for thousands of years, a limitation to people's communication. So it appears we have the Nine of Earth here too that was under these two, and this is saying a level of independence coming back to humanity. So let's just pull that there. A level of independence is coming back to humanity. So let's get further clarity, please, on what communication was released. I'm going back to the vision. It's interesting here. We have the Empress card. the Empress, and the Three of Air. And this is telling me that the Earth as well, the electromagnetic currents of Earth was hijacked as well. So that I believe the telepathy of us humans actually goes on the electrical currents of the Earth. As we align with the Earth and our DNA connects more and more to Earth, and then we connect to one another energetically, I believe that maybe the ley lines of the Earth had to do with telepathic communication. There's a crazy story about that, about World War II, geographically right next to me. Maybe I'll share that at the end. Remind me. So we're going to put that there, where people could telepathically or somehow connect to Japanese communication to a certain geographical location, the radio waves. Anyway, yeah, okay. So it definitely seems now we're getting some concrete military, extra cyber, ultra cyber, I should say, messenger of fire. This is the cyber high-tech group of the Earth. Okay, so let's go ahead and say, pull up these cards, and we're starting a new path now that's energetically connecting to this messenger of fire. So what do you want to say to us about we're going to call it the cyber, okay, the Earth, yeah. So there's definitely some technology coming out that's connecting our internet system, and those that are wise about the internet. And I don't just mean internet, I'm talking about cyber systems, communication, data, connecting online. And it could be our airlines, our airports, all that system of our banking system, our communication systems, cell phones, all of that data. All data that goes through electronics, that goes through businesses, corporations to keep their businesses and corporations running. They found some way to connect it into the Earth, but they had to release something. This is where I'm getting the vision of the horses coming from a dark hole, from that black hole, that black portal here. So what can you tell us, please, about this messenger of fire that happened during the Microsoft, thank you, and the CrowdStrike glitch? All right, Four of Earth. All right, we're getting here the Four of Earth, which is control. Something was being heavily controlled and manipulated, if not held back. This is that energy of captivity that I was getting during the vision. Something was being held back. Yeah, something was being blocked. This is the Two of Air. This is the telepathic communication. One more card. Yeah. So the divine, this is the future humanity, divine selves, ascended master card. This is again the temperance card in regular tarot, and this is a highly angelic card. So we're getting the star card, which is angelic technology, higher galactic technology. We're getting the star card here, which is Archangel Jophiel, and then we're getting here the higher self card, and not just higher self, but the angelic and ascended masters. So when I see this here, I'm saying that there was a divine intervention that actually occurred with Microsoft and CrowdStrike. They actually have been feeding information to the people in charge of worldwide cyber systems. And this is a higher vibrational system. That's just the best way I can explain it. This system is a system that is more in line and in tune with Earth. So, the good galactics and the angelics have downloaded some high-grade technology to some of the more high vibrational cybersecurity people of the world. People who are more interested in freedom, people who are more interested in breaking out of the captivity and of the lack of our current worldwide dark elite system. Further clarity, please. Okay, I'm just pulling cutting the deck and pulling 3 cards because that's how I'm feeling the flow running. Yeah, this is the Emperor card. This is our systems and our structures worldwide on Earth. This is a major arcana, and it represents here with the lion, and he's got a coat of mail. He's got like a sword, so that represents communication again. He has a crown, which represents world leaders and authority. He has jewels, which represents our economy. He's got the like a cape all around him, which represents again comforts of life. The not entertainment industry, but the elite, the luxurious systems of the world. So this is definitely Babylon, you know, the gold, the silver, the precious metals, the control that the presence of Babylon has had. I'm thinking of the scripture verse in Revelation, Babylon, you were fallen, you were fallen. The merchants of earth will wail. The priests of earth that have, you know, stolen your people, and the leaders of earth that have destroyed the earth, they will cry out, Babylon is fallen. The systems of this world are falling. 2 more cards. Yes. The Illusion 2, The Matrix. Those of you who know The Matrix, who watched the movie The Matrix, those of you who are truthers know that there's a system of control. So it's definitely something, yeah. And then there's agreements going on. So I'm seeing that Microsoft and CrowdStrike had some agreements going on between possibly the old system and then a new system coming in. This is definitely work related. 3 of Earth, very 3-dimensional. So I've given you the vision of how there's been some angelic or higher dimensional ascended master, Saint Germain downloads coming down to the cyber security people of the world. The people who are more in line with Earth, who have better intentions. There's some downloads coming in to give them blueprints about a better system. Now we're focusing on the transition of the old system, the Babylonian system, into a different, in a very 3D way. This is a very 3D shift now. So we're pulling energy on the 3D shift. Okay. The energy of the 3D shift, please. Justice. Yeah, this is legal work. So the activities that happened with Microsoft and CrowdStrike was a lot of just legal, or let's get more clarity because I'm not sure what I'm saying. Yeah, a new beginning. Ace of Water. So yeah, this was doing it legally, doing it balanced, doing it by the book, and being very strategic. Very strategic. So what I'm saying here is that what I'm seeing is that there are some systems that had not balanced out their system according to what they were told, and that it was almost a karmic retribution to certain systems such as Microsoft and CrowdStrike, which had not conformed to the energy of the earth. Now that's a very spiritual way of saying they weren't coming into alignment with divine will. That's again very spiritual. But what I'm trying to say is that I believe that they had been given opportunities to align and change and fix their systems to be less controlling over earth, controlling the captivity. I believe that some of these systems have been being used by the dark elites to control and manipulate possibly stock markets, possibly plane crashes, possibly anything having to do with controlling, manipulating. I'm seeing 9/11 here. Possibly those systems were involved in that situation. I'm saying that the dark elite controlled a lot of Microsoft and a lot of CrowdStrike and those cyber systems. They had been given an opportunity to align and to change, to surrender, to let go of their evil ways, for lack of a better way, lack of a better term, because a new system was being turned online. And because they were not aligned to the new system, they got the tower. They got the tower. It was a strategy as well. It was a strategy. Let's get further clarity on what happened. There needed to be a very specific way to switch the systems over. And those who did not switch the systems weren't following the strategy given to them. And as a result, oh wow, 5 of Earth lack. We'd gotten this at the beginning, but I picked it up and put it back in, and I've been shuffling it and pulling it, and now the 5 of Earth comes up again to say those systems that were not aligned got the lack card, got the takedown card, got the shift, got that ain't no more for a short temporary time. This is not the tower in the sense of they lost full control. This is not the WAR card where everything went into a, WAR and there's firefights and arguments and legal No, this is just they got kicked. They got kicked in the butt. They got kicked. Their systems were taken down for a short time because they did not align with the plans of the messengers of the cyber system that are connected to the higher technology. This could be Starlink, this could be some other system here. They did not connect, and as a result their butt got kicked. Wow. But I'm not getting that it's anything major that the public really needs to worry about. I actually during that time did have to call my company that I work for and to get reimbursed for something that I had paid for, and it took them 30 minutes to pull up their system online. My internet worked great, and as far as I know, people's internet worked great. The populations. But the internet of DoorDash was that's what they told it anyway. They said the internet system because of the global strike or the global accident. And it just took 30 minutes to get me a simple to pull up a form and to fill it out and to send it in and to reimburse me, when normally it took about 3 minutes. So something was very real there. Okay, so again, the clap of thunder, the fleeing spirits, the running spirits, the flying spirits that looked like cherubims on horses with banners in their hands. They were heralding something. It had the energy of a release from a portal or from an energetic captivity. So is this... Let's go ahead now and look to see what was released. So what I'm seeing as I ask the question, what was released, I'm seeing the ley lines, like there was a connection made, like a plug-in made to more of an earth-based cyber system, or at least that's the system coming in, is a more earth-based system. And so the systems from the dark elites that included Microsoft and CrowdStrike, where I see like cords, almost like from a cartoon movie going deep down into the sea, into an octopus. And the octopus is just like sucking on it and pulling up light from the surface of the ocean. That's kind of the vision I'm getting. So it seemed like they had cords attached to these systems, Microsoft and CrowdStrike, and the elites could like just milk it. They could just control it. But there was a shift made. So that's what I'm getting when I see releasing. Almost like the elementals of Earth have been released. But it comes from a higher spiritual cosmic energy. It's definitely the way life should be. Bringing back that telepathic communication. Further clarity, please. 3 cards. Okay, we have the Chariot card. Definitely a shift. From black to white. Black horse, white horse. Definitely a shift from dark to light. Definitely a timeline shift. And definitely a major... So what I'm seeing is that those of you that not watched the assassination attempt, the last 2 videos, go ahead and watch that. But I'm seeing that the white hats, and in my last one about the Secret Service, talk about a timeline shift where I believe time was tapped into the timeline of the Golden Age. So what I'm seeing here is that it was the timeline of the Golden Age. At the time of the assassination, there was bleeding. But by the time Microsoft and CrowdStrike happened, which I believe was a few days after, 3 or 4 days after, What I'm seeing is that the timeline had energetically shifted, and in this timeline, this better golden age timeline that we're moving into, the old cyber systems didn't exist. They don't exist in this timeline. So it could have created an energetic shock why there was like a timeline clash. It's like, so the timelines of consciousness were going along and people believed all one thing. Some were here, and they're all believing this way. And then all of a sudden there's a shock and people suddenly seeing things differently. And so the golden age timeline starts occurring. But then way over here, the cyber system existed and it would have continued in this timeline. But the cyber system does not exist in this timeline. So as we continue with humanity and consciousness into this timeline, into this universe, so the earth can go into different we can choose worldwide what kind of evolution we go through with humanity, what kind of events we occur, whether we choose light or whether we choose dark. And so humanity can either evolve light or evolve into darkness. But as we chose the higher timeline, as humanity, we chose to begin following something that's more aligned with light. The dark elite system, cyber system, didn't exist. So it was like it had to jump, boom, which could be that clap of thunder. Okay, we have 2 more cards here. Yeah, Golden Age, Sun card, 1 more, and Empress, Earth alignment. The old cyber security system does not exist in the golden age we're going into. It does not exist. So it was an energetic shock to the earth and to her people, to the world. I'm being drawn to the 2 banners. Microsoft and CrowdStrike. Wow, 2. One represents Microsoft was not aligned, and the other represents CrowdStrike was not aligned. The 2 banners in my vision. Wow. And the clap of thunder was a timeline shift. The release of a portal, or the release from energetic captivity, is definitely the alignment of the new cyber security systems, the new cyber internet systems, the new cyber systems that's more aligned with Earth. And these elementals have been suppressed, but now they're free. And when I say elementals, the energy, wind, everything has life, including the wind, the energy, fire, right here, and I'll show you this. Fire right here, and the fire, the water right here, the water that has life, and the building blocks come from higher creator, which is like the 7 rays of God, the Elohim, the rainbow, but higher than that. The rainbow's 3D, but it comes from the expressions of God, and it creates the earth, and it builds fire and water and wind and rain, and in that comes spirits that have energy and life, which is why a flame can go, there's life there, and that can connect you to God. Water can connect you to creator. Fire, wind, you can hear messages from creator. That's why we light candles, because we can hear messages. Anyway, those elementals have been released. They're no longer captivated because the old cybersecurity system has shifted. Chariot. The old cyber security system got a major shock because it did not exist in this golden age timeline. Wow. Thank you everyone for joining me today. This was so enjoyable. Thank you for all your support. Those of you who like the video, who follow me, I will be doing a branding upgrade. You will see some new symbols, some new words, some new titles to some of my channels. Don't be alarmed. I'm simply coming into who we are meant to be. So thank you for staying with me through this all. I will see you next time, and you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.